Hey third grade, are you ready for your week 8 art lesson with your friendly neighborhood art teacher? This week you guys are going to start working on your frog artwork for your expeditions or for your long-term projects. We are going to be working on drawing frogs. You are going to be learning about a lot of different frogs this semester, and in art you're going to be learning how to draw them realistically. We're going to later use this skill to make 3 cards for a card game. So let's look at some of these frogs. Sorry, I gotta move myself out of the way. You're going to be seeing and studying frogs like the smoky jungle frog, the water holding frog, the African bullfrog. You'll have the glass frog, the coqui frog, and the lemur leaf frog. And there are 2 examples of the poison dart frog here, and then 1 of the red-eyed tree frog. So one of the things that we're going to talk about today is just a very easy way to start looking at frogs, and not just frogs but real life items too. If you were here with me last year, you remember that we started to do this with the sunflowers where we looked for shapes in things. So let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. So this is the frog that we're going to try and draw today. He's not a specific frog, he's just a very nice looking big frog. And we're going to start by trying to find shapes in him that we can draw. So let's look at some of these shapes. This is going to be kind of easy to figure out, but what shape do you see the most? That's right, you see a lot of ovals. There's one actual circle, but then there's a bunch of ovals. We're going to start by drawing those ovals. I'm going to show you a page that has how to draw on it, the frog step by steps. Then I'm going to draw with you on this video, and then you will have the chance to draw your own frog. So these are the step by steps. So if you've never seen this kind of thing before, I want to show you what it means. It wants you to look for shapes first, big shapes, and then you start adding in details, like here's the big shape for his body, here's the head, but then they connected the neck together. But then you have to erase some parts. So then they added another oval and an oval for the first parts of his leg and this circle for his eye. But then they start adding in some little details. If you follow these and you try and do each one step by step, you should be able to come up with a pretty similar looking frog at the end. So let's pull up my document camera, and I'm going to turn my page this way so you can see a little bit better. And I'm going to, once again, I'm going to follow those steps that were on there. So I'm going to start with a big circle that's a slightly tilted circle, and I'm sorry, I shouldn't say circle, oval, and another oval that's attached to it. And again, if you look back, let me move over here, you can see that I've done the first step. So now I'm going to connect right here and right about there. But I'm also going to erase these sides that you see on the inside. If you're having a hard time and you still see your the marks that you erased, try drawing very lightly, which means don't press down very hard. And then here's a little artist tip. If you hold your pencil back here, you almost have to draw very lightly. It's hard to draw hard. So I'm going to erase those a little bit more. And the next step is to add the circle for the eye, and then a big oval that's back here, and a smaller oval right here. So now I'm back here at this last step. Oh, I'm missing a part. I didn't put the line underneath him. And that line is important because it's there to let you know where his feet need to end. So I'm going to take a look back over here at step 4, and I'm going to add the other oval for his leg. And he's got like a little skinny oval for that arm. And then they don't really make anything more than a little part that comes down here and his long foot that goes right back there. So I've just done this step. Now I need to start erasing some of these little inside lines so you don't see those. Let's fix that up. As soon as Miss Franz notices how to get, there we go. So I'm going to start erasing because you won't see so there's one of his legs, and this leg comes back and then it comes down right about here. So I'm going to erase. I wouldn't see his body through it, and I wouldn't see all of these other little parts. So I'm going to get his foot and I'm going to redraw that line, because if I accidentally erase something, that's easy to fix. So then it wants me to start adding some more detail to him and his face. And really, I'm going to kind of go through these last ones a little quickly, because once you get here, all you have to do next is add these little details. So I don't want to spend too much time on it. So I'm going to start adding, he's got this little, kind of looks like a clown face going, but he's actually got his mouth. Oh, I didn't fix his eye earlier. So I do need to erase that part. And it wants me to make another circle on the inside and a circle right there, and then one more, which I'm going to color in. And then it asks, you start adding in some little details underneath his eyes. I'm going to give him that little spot right there. He's got one more arm on the other side, well, 2 more feet really. So that way it looks like he's actually sitting and waiting. And he's got this little shiny spot down his back. And the next thing to start doing is adding those little kind of splotchy spots on him. And I have followed the instructions to make my frog. So what you're going to be doing today is you're going to take your sketchbook, practice drawing the frog that we just did step by step. Take a picture of your drawing and post it in your seesaw assignment. So I'm going to put that picture that you saw, the step-by-step one, in as the teacher example on your seesaw, and that's going to be what you can look at. You can then either take a picture or upload your picture. If you have a tablet, you can just take the picture in Seesaw. If you don't have a tablet, you may have to take a picture with a phone or something and put it into your Seesaw. So you're going to be practicing drawing just a regular frog this time. Have fun!